It's the Line Makers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels. For the Line Makers on Sporting News with Micah Roberts, I'm Brian Blessing. Long trip for Miami. Going to AT&T Park, take on San Francisco. You got the Niners off a loss, 10-point favorites. Total on the game is 39. You're on board with that total, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I like the under in this game. I think you're going to see a low-scoring game. We've seen the Dolphins play very well and keep games low-scoring there. The Dolphins defense has done well 4 of the last 5 games under, 6 of the last 8 under. And, of course, we've seen the Niners forever under Jim Harbaugh keep the tempo down, and the kind of question mark still with Kaepernick, the difference is there. But it looks like a game that, could see like a 23-13 type score.
Well, Miami's 11-2 against the spread in their last 13 games against teams with winning records. So, they played the Pats tough last week. I got to give Philbin credit. I watched this team in preseason, through a camp. They had the Hard Knocks deal.
Yeah.
They looked like they were going to be an atrocity. I think he's done a pretty good job there.
He really has done. And you look what they did last week against the Patriots, the #1 offense in the league, held them to their lowest total of the season. That's impressive in itself. So I think you're going to see a good defensive effort out of them. And again, I think that leads to the under here. 49ers have been that type of team that likes to play an under type.
All right, it's been rosy for Harbaugh. This team 13-4-1 against the spread in their last 18 home games. 14 of those 18 games under or in the Jim Harbaugh era.
Yeah.
This quarterback thing, Micah, we warned a couple of weeks ago. You can look at it from a ratings perspective. I was a beat reporter for the Bills for 14 years. I've seen quarterback controversy. It's amazing. Those things absolutely implode locker rooms.
They do.
Winning heals all wounds. But all of a sudden, there's the speed bump now with the loss to St. Louis. Now you don't know what you're getting in that room.
I know, and you're starting to see things. I've read a couple articles where there is some dissension in the locker room. Obviously, why would you want to change? You just went to the NFC title game. You had Alex Smith. He's passing for 70% on the season. You're winning. You're in first place. You're doing all the things you have to do to get to the Super Bowl, get to that next level. And all of a sudden now you're changing midstream with the young kid. And we saw the young kid make a mistake last week that cost him a game. They're up 10-2 in a game, and they decided to do an option swing pass, a difficult pitch pass option that at the end of the end zone that probably shouldn't have happened or took place. They did it. You wouldn't have seen them do that with Alex Smith in that situation, a little more conservative approach, and it cost him a game already. So this week at home, you would think that he would be a little better in that situation, not as tough a crowd in St. Louis, but I think the Niners are going to be worse off in the long run by not having Alex Smith.
All those points, very salient, and I think you're right. The safer way to go here may be the total, and it may be low scoring.
But you got to look at Harbaugh. We always talk about Belichick. He's never lost back-to-back games with the 49ers, so that's something you really have to consider here with his teams bouncing back.
Well, losing and covering 10 are two different things.
Yeah.
It's the Line Makers on Sporting News. Great information from Micah Roberts. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you check the entire site. There's outstanding editorial content for this game and every game on the NFL menu.